All right, we are live from the Empowered Mom Studios, and I just recorded 3 videos. Um, Actually, I recorded 4 videos because there's one that's a welcome video. I have also been exhausted all weekend. In fact, I had so many plans. I was going to go into the back room and I was going to like clear it all out. I was like, I should have lots of energy. I've got my son with me. We can go and we can clean all this out while his sister's away. And we're just going to do that all weekend. But like all good plans, sometimes the universe has other plans. Sometimes you get sick. Sometimes something falls apart. Sometimes you can't get out of bed. Now, I know that some of you who aren't aware or haven't experienced this because maybe you're not empathic or you're not tuned into the frequencies, but some of you have also been noticing this. Some of you on my friends list have been asking me about this. What the heck is going on with these lunar cycles and the moon? And it's like, I was just exhausted all weekend. I could feel like something was just like going through me, like energies and like all of that. Well, guess what? I get hit with that randomly all the freaking time. And it has thrown me off of being able to plan because I never know. It's like, oh, maybe this weekend I'll go out. Oh, no, this weekend I'm going to be sleeping. Okay, then. I'm going to have some really, really trippy dreams. I'm going to get hit with a lot of energies. Sometimes I get a headache. Sometimes it's the solar plexus that acts up. Sometimes it's just like how when you're on a amusement park ride, it's called the Gravitron, and you basically are spinning around and around and around and you get sucked to the seat. That is usually what it feels like when I get slammed with those energies. I can't move. So the idea of me attempting to go into the back room and shovel things out or getting a lot done, if I'm like, I'm going to clean the house and it doesn't get done, well, this is what leads into my topic today, which is what happens when the universe kicks your butt and you physically can't do the thing that you had planned to do. If something is a setback that says it's like you can't do it, how do you still get something accomplished? Because you're a type A ambition, you don't want to just take a step back and just give up. You had plans. Those plans still got to happen. You still got to get stuff done. You still have goals that you want to move towards. You're not just going to let whatever is going on keep you down. I mean, we had a pandemic a few years ago, and a lot of people, when the world shut down, they shut down. I did not. When the world shut down, I was taking that as my opportunity to get more education, to build things, create things. Some people were writing books and building businesses in that time. So let me just tell you something. There is never, ever going to be a perfect time for something to get done. And at the same time, you cannot push yourself through it when everything else is going badly. Sometimes you got to take a detour to get to the same destination. Sometimes if you keep pushing through, all you're going to do is exhaust yourself. Pretty sure there's a metaphor in there for birth, and I'm going to let you figure that one out. I've talked about it enough. But the fact is that I could have. My son wanted me to. I mean, he was like, I want to get this done. I had plans. I want to go in that back room. I'll help you. I'll clean it with you. And I'm like, honey, as much as I would love to go in that back room and shovel it out and sort through everything, I can't get off the bed. Like, me trying to do that right now, I'm going to land on the floor. Like, I am not physically capable of that right now. And recognizing when you are not physically capable of doing the 110% that you're used to doing, well, 20% is good too. So the 20% of the back room was asking my son to pull out 2 bins, 2 small little tubs, and I'll go through them later this week, and I'll sort through and I'll get rid of the clothes that we don't need to keep anymore, and that will start the project. I'll do the 20%. I don't have the energy to do any more than that. Even though that project needs to get done, I'm going to have to do that 20%. However, I also have other projects. So the first thing you need to recognize is, what can you do toward your goal? If it's 20%, it's 20%. 20% is better than nothing. Even if it's as simple as being like, well, I was going to write like this whole thing, and now I'm only going to write a sentence. You did a sentence. Or you created one email instead of the several emails that you were creating in a campaign, or you cleaned one room of your house, or you cleaned up a corner of your house. It's all the same. You did 20%. Pat yourself on the back. Ignore the fact that you didn't get anything else done. You can put that off. The next part is recognizing, well, what else can I do? If I can't do this thing, what else can I do? What other small thing can I do? What other things can I do to move the needle and move myself forward? Well, currently, I have a little thing that I'm doing on my YouTube channel where I have decided to record myself reading a chapter of my book. The reason for that is simple. First of all, if you go to a library and you take out a book and you love that book and you want that book, you don't just say, oh, well, I got it from the library for free, so I'm not going to buy the book. No, you tend to go and buy the book, right? So because this is an untested book in the market, nobody's heard of it except for my small little community, I want to get the word out. So I decided that I was going to read a chapter of my book each day, and then I would record. I had those videos recorded. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words. So I had the videos recorded, and I'm going to drop them starting on my son's birthday on May 17th. They're going on my YouTube channel. And the purpose of it is so anybody can hear my book. I'm going to read it, the whole thing. They're going to have the whole thing. And then if they have interest and they want a copy of it, they can get it off of Amazon. But I am committed to moms getting an empowered birth. So it would be stingy of me when this book, like they can get it anywhere, but they can also just test it and find out. Now, I have other things as well. I noticed again, a lot of moms were coming to me, asking me the same questions and getting the same process. And I'm like, I need to make this more streamlined. Now, back in December, I'd created a starter guide, and I decided that was the minimum viable product. That was the basic idea of it. I went and created a copy of that over the weekend. I'm like, look, I'm already stuck in bed as it is. I might as well take that time to build out the starter guide the way I wanted it the first time, because done is better than perfect. And you continue to basically reiterate the same thing that's working, that's getting people to understand, oh, there's actually more here than what is out there, and I can actually get help here. The starter guide works. It's helping moms. It's making them get the necessary information that they need. So I worked on the starter guide. And when I got tired, I took a nap. So over the weekend, even though I was sleeping for 90% of it, 10% of that time I was working. And this leads to the next piece. When you ask, first of all, what can I do in this area? What else can I do? The other one is, what can I drop? Or what can I put forward into the future? There gets to be a point where you're looking at it as this needs to get done now today. This is something I can't drop. But everything else around it, I don't have the capacity to take care of it today. I do have the capacity to take care of it this week or this month. I don't have the capacity to take care of this big project this month. I can take it and bring it in 3 months from now because I'll have more time to work with it. So you need to recognize each day, what do you have the capacity for? And let that be okay. You need to let it be okay to be able to take that time off. You have to be able to not feel guilty or shame or think I should be doing something and getting frustrated, because if you're frustrated, your body is not healing. And obviously, I needed to take that energy in. And the way it works now, I've noticed, is that if I take that rest, I get more ideas. I get more downloads and inspiration and things that I can do. So while I was taking that sleep and I had created that starter guide, it also gave me ideas of other things I could create, which led to the videos that I created today. I had the outline, I did them, I recorded them. I just have to edit them, put them on the page, and it's done. And it's going to help more moms get the help they need. And even though I spent the entire weekend in my bed, I still got stuff done. So the question to you is simple. What can you do today with the energy that you have now? And maybe you have lots of energy and you can get a lot done. Or maybe you just came off of the same Mercury shadow retrograde that we just went through and you're like, the only thing I could really do right now is clean a corner of my house. Or the only thing I could do right now is like send one email or write up one thing, like, or outline something. Maybe it's even just outlining something, writing a list of things to create. That's still doing something. It still counts. So what is it that you're able to do now? What is it you're able to do this week? What is it you're able to do this month? What do you have capacity for? What are some long-term projects that you want to work on? And basically spread it out. Recognize what's going to work now, what's going to work in the future. I have projects that I haven't started, but I'm thinking about for next year. In fact, something Jenny and I were discussing, she's like, I think about this. It's like, yeah, that is a really good idea. Let's put a pin in that one. And we're going to work on that next year. We've got to get some other things going too, because you need your foundation. Okay. So it's like, again, I'm going to use the metaphor of cleaning the house, probably because I need to clean the house a little bit, but you don't mop the floor if there's stuff still on the floor. So if you say, oh, I need to mop the floor, you can't do that. Or I need to vacuum. You can't do that if there's still stuff all over the floor. So you need the foundation to be able to go deeper. You can't go deeper without that foundation in place. You can't build without that foundation. It's going to fall apart. So if you are still at the earlier stages and you recognize you're at the earlier stages and you've got these big lofty goals, you can still have those. And you have to recognize, well, what do I have capacity for now? What can I work on now? Because each one of those is a step. And each step, maybe you only take 2 steps one day. Maybe you have more time to take 3 steps. Whatever your energy level is at, it's fine. You need to honor yourself. Take care of yourself first, and then the universe will take care of you and bring you where you need to go. And it'll go a lot faster. Trust me on this one. I've noticed that the more I take rest, the more inspired I get, the easier it is for me to create things, the easier it is for me to create a whole program in like a month and have it on a page. And now I'm building the next steps. And I don't know what's going to happen at the end of the year, but I'm excited. I'm really excited because I know that if I've already created this much, there's so much more that could just pop in my personal life, in my business, in just the impact that I'm creating. And you can do the same. All it takes is recognizing what you have the capacity for and doing that and letting it be okay. All right. So that is your little inspiration, my little TED Talk for the day. I am going to go and edit the videos now and enjoy the rest of this day. It looks like it's getting sunny, which I wasn't expecting. I thought it was going to rain, but if it's going to be sunny, I might go and hang out with the kids, depending on how warm it is. Or we might watch the rest of Batman Dark Knight, because I was watching that with Hunter on the weekend. See, I didn't just sleep. I also recognized that if I didn't have the capacity to work, I could spend time with my boy and we could watch a movie, and that could be our special time, our special bonding time. So again, what do you have the capacity for and what are your goals? And do what you can and leave the rest and recognize that you'll get there. And yeah, just love yourself. Seriously, just take care of yourself. There's only one you in the world and you're important. And you need to make sure that you're making an impact, because once you're gone, that's it. So while you're here, make that impact for others around you so that they can remember you and so that you can do what you came here to do in the first place. All right. I love you. Talk to you soon.